Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hairul bin Harun. I would like to present my thesis with the topic Managing of Facilities Management FM application in Private Finance Initiative PFI project for a teaching hospital in Malaysia. Okay, we go to the introduction. The FM is also, we know, the integrated approach to maintaining and improving and adapting the building of organization in order to create environment that strongly support the primary objective of the organization. Organization can be worked with the most effective level by managing non-core business service. FM also essential is a key function in managing facilities resource, support service, a working environment to support the core business of the organization in both long-term and short-term by Cooperative 2004. FM is also the main source for the supply and management of the infrastructure with the focus to support and maintain the operating strategy of the organization over time from the perspective of the strategy management. FM service should be aimed to achieve supporting people in their job, in other activities, enhance individually well-being, and enabling organization to deliver efficient, responsive service, sweeping the physical asset to make it very cost-effective, enabling the future change in space utilization, providing competitive advantage to the core business organization. To ensure the FM service, to ensure that FM service can deliver and proper planning and execution of the service to combine the both resource and activities required. Okay, we go the background of the study. Facilities management knowledge is becoming the increasingly significant to cope with the current demand at the both operational and strategic level. By Keynes 2004, state that within facility management, manager must be equipped with the knowledge of the facilities and management to inhabit the effective FM function. By early 2001, also suggests that facilities manager with the plenty of the experience and knowledge in FM will be help any project by making decision during the early stage of the project briefing. By Smith et al. 2009 also stated the strategy client briefing at the early stage of the project now is essential component, the best practice in the FM. Okay, also the brief process facility management can be provide reliable life cycle cost data from the design stage through the operational FM brief. Decision made during the design can have a significant impact in the future running and maintenance cost of the building. FM manager will be able to assist with the accounting for the added value of the building required to less the maintenance cost and likely the result fewer complaint by the end user. Okay. And the facility manager also responsible to planning the facilities management day-by-day operation through the building lifetime, especially in PFI project. Also, for my background study for the teaching hospital project is similar that entire structure allowed a commercial organization to finance, build and operate the facility for the limited period of time. After the contract period expired, the asset will be returned to the government. From this research also to fill the gap by measuring of the level knowledge of the PFI project and facilities management for the teaching hospital in Malaysia. Research problem I will inform before the implementation of the PFI project in Malaysia in the construction industry, during the ninth Malaysian plan, Malaysia tried a lot of different way to get the public infrastructure project completed, okay, with the goal to reduce on the government cost and providing the taxpayer with the value for the money infrastructure. This project procurement approach have to change from the concession, privatization and private partnership to private the finance initiative PFI. FM service offered to the PFI project initiative due to the efficient delivery. PFI project plan through the strengthened FM function to in supporting a company core business. According to Abdullah Hashim Sapri and Ting Lo 2016, government have to adapt this method to take use of the private factor knowledge and efficiency in providing public infrastructure and service to the public. This concept of the concessionaire full responsibility in constructing, operating and maintaining the asset and the service using the money initiated by the concessionaire in similar if defined by PFI. And also the structure that enable a commercial organization to finance, build and operate a facility for the agreed period where the according by Bond and Carter 2044. The asset will be returned to the public sector after the contract expiration. Okay. Also the challenging surrounding the implementation of the PFI FM for the teaching hospital in healthcare service will be discussed in deep in this research to gain the comprehensive understanding in this issue. This research was undertaken to assess and analyze the occupied perception on the facilities management performance in terms of the service delivery successful and effectiveness. For the research aim to promote an implementation of the facilities management application within the operational and maintenance stage of the PFI project for the teaching hospital, and the research objective first to determine the implementation of the FM application during the operating and maintenance phase of the PFI project. The second, to examine the challenges during the operating and maintenance phase of the private finance project for the teaching hospital in Malaysia, and also the objective to recommend improvement in the FM for the private project, PFI project in the teaching hospital. For the research question, I have three. First, what is the facilities management application within the operational and maintenance stage of the PFI project? Second, what is the challenges in the operational and the maintenance stage of the facilities management in the PFI project for the teaching hospital? And then lastly is what is the best FM practice to be used in the PFI project in the teaching hospital? Okay, for the research scope and limitation, this study we promise to analyze and the implementation of the FM practice for the PFI project. We will focus on the teaching hospital. I will select the HUITM as a teaching hospital for the case study, which is we have another two teaching hospital in Malaysia with using the concept the PFI, such as is UIA in Kuantan, Pahang, and the University Malaysia Sabah in Kota Kinabalu. Okay, we will explore and identify existing facilities management practice in the private initiative project PFI for the teaching hospital. Separate interview will focus on the current facilities management practice on the private finance PFI project for the teaching. Also, the target respondent for this research will be conduct with the facilities management services of the infrastructure department at SUITM. Also from the bahagian dasar and operasi PFI of the infrastructure UiTM Shah Alam, and also the engineer who responsible for the UiTM teaching hospital development, which is however the concession view also had been considered to produce the objective according the objective of this project. Moreover, the concession agreement to adapt in this research for the implementation of the FM at the teaching hospital will be different from the other teaching hospital in Malaysia, depending on the operation and establishment. As we know that the healthcare institution like a hospital is a busy workplace, which is staff 24 hours and the 7 a week their work to focus on the healthcare and support the community is really a constraint and limitation by collecting the data from the facilities. And additionally, the concession agreement also is very restrict to get the information because you know that the CA or the concession agreement is very secret during the concession company and Malaysian government and the university top management. This is the research scope and limitation. Okay, for the research significant, according to the public private partnership unit from the Prime Minister Department in Malaysia from 2018 to April 2009 was launched more than 500 privatized project was complete, okay, in Malaysia. The government will save 161 billion ringgit and 7.17 billion in operation. Okay. Under the 9th Malaysian plan, also government create the PFI as an alternative procurement technique for the public sector in develop and maintain the other infrastructure and facilities. PFI project is the first step toward more effective asset management based on the government spending. According to the PPP guideline 2009, PPP transferred to the private sector to responsibility to finance and manage investment package, capital service, including construction, management, maintain, renovation, and replacement of the public sector asset, such as building, infrastructure, equipment, and other facilities. Therefore, research finding can contribute based on information on behalf of the primary parties and will try to serve a reference for the implementation of the facility management in Malaysia teaching hospital. Consequently, significant parties can improve their strategy technique for the implementation of the innovative FM at the teaching hospital as well. Okay, for the research methodology, I have here the three objectives need to be clear for my research topic, where I provide two collection data, which is the primary data and the secondary data. The primary data, all information I collect from the who parties relate in this research, such as from the public partnership unit from the Prime Minister Department, SUITM, and the concession company. For the secondary data, I collect from the resource, the library, published material, article, journal, and website. From the both data, I try to analyze to get the finding and do the conclusion and recommendation. Okay, for the primary data, also I do the interview and observation. Also the site observation, and the secondary data, I try to do the data and review the literature review. about the PFI. Okay, now we go to research analysis, which is in this study aim to the current practice of the facility management application for the teaching hospital within the PFI project, the challenges they face in the FM for the teaching hospital, what is the best improvement in the FM for the teaching hospital. Data from this study was obtained through the semi-structured interview session as well as through the site observation. Data from this study can be used to improve the quality of FM delivery process on operation and maintenance for the teaching hospital by using the PFI project concept in Malaysia. A semi-structured interview have done using the specific set of the question. This set question have been constructed according with the research aim. Okay, in order to achieve the research objective, the set of the question I divide two division, which is we can with the further subdivided into the category. Okay, we can see on the table below, which is I have four sections, section 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is section 1, the respondent demographic background, the section 2, the understanding of the FMPFI, also the guideline, use the ability, and also the next is FM teaching hospital to achieve the objective 1. For the section 3, I conduct the challenging in operating maintenance teaching hospital for the PFI project and the cost of the challenges to achieve the objective 2. And lastly, the section 4, recommendation and of improvement and the importance of FM teaching hospital to achieve the objective 3. Within the context of the PFI project, the purpose of this study to investigate the practice of the current facilities management application, the particular focus on the operating and maintenance for the teaching hospital, as well as to determine the most effective method by which facilities management in the teaching hospital can be improved. In additionally, after the discuss on the finding of the research idea of the both future practitioner and the researchers are offered. This session conclude with the brief discussion and significance of the study. Okay, by research finding and discussion, first, demographic background. I had the 6 respondents with operational and maintenance facility management expertise at the SUITM Puncak Alam, and the concessi engineer were interviewed. In the table below, offer the demographic data on the respondent years and represent job and the duty in managing teaching hospital operation and maintenance. From the figure, the percentage of the responder by the job title. 67 of the responder are manager and the engineer at the management level, according that research. 33% of the assistant engineer are the non-professional. Compare these two levels of position results show that the response and the point of the view distinct due to their knowledge inside the experience in terms of the research field. During the interview, respondent was interested in terms of the issue mentioned because they may increase the quality of delivering teaching hospital facilities to the PFI project. Idea in Malaysia. Teaching hospital facilities management can be improved. Overall, respondent provide idea insight can be help improvement hospital facilities management. After that, also in terms of the facilities management practice in the PFI project, knowledge and understanding on the current practice, the table below show the PFI professional have their higher level of knowledge and comprehension of the PFI of the FM procedure that's support professional. Most respondents claim facilities management in the PFI project involve a facilities manager, schedule and unscheduled maintenance, contingency plan, and the asset management. PFI facilities management uh, technical support, policy, procedure, both comprise 83% of the responder. Then also they said must be produced the monthly report on the operation and maintenance of the facilities management practice for the PFI project. Moreover, 67 of respondents understood that the human resource were related to the facilities management practice in the PFI concession agreement. 67 of the respondents said facility management was to deduct the payment from the payment. Okay, we can see below that the graph that I produced where the knowledge and understanding of the management practice in the PFI. The key point here is a special requirement, monthly report, policy and procedure, technical support, asset management, deduction, contingency plan, schedule and unscheduled, maintenance, human resource, and also the highest one is also about the facilities manager responsibility or the role. Okay. The conclusion from this thesis, facilities management in the UiTM teaching hospital are still developing process whereby the facilities supplied by private sector and concession company are in the phase of the success. The main factor on how it build, maintain and operate as stated and the PFI contract will become a major strategy for the improvement competitiveness in the teaching hospital institution. Even though there may be the slight decify scale on the few factor, it may be due to the sustainability on the facilities with the building type of the quality and the amount of asset provided. This study has reviewed and satisfaction level of the asset management and the in terms of the facility management in the teaching hospital by identifying in the effectiveness of the facilities management provided. This study will be give also benefit in the management of the facilities in PFI, both of the government and the private sector, and some finding will be contribute to growing field in the facilities management domain. In the future, it will be recommended for the future researcher to measure and analyze the service quality for the teaching hospital toward end user satisfaction. This is my research. Here we can show also that I get from the latar belakang for the project hospital, teaching hospital in UiTM. Okay, the value cost almost 600 million ringgit with the concession 25 years. Okay. Then this some. Then thank you.